we are mildly interesting guys, and we talk about some stuff. So welcome to the podcast, we call it Joel the Podcast. It's Alex and it's Alex, here for Joel the Podcast. Bzzz. Hello everybody, I'm Alex.
And I'm Alex.
And this is our podcast,
Joel.
Welcome to Big episode 80
Wow, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
of Joel the Podcast. What a monumental occasion.
Yeah, we're knocking down these milestones left and right.
We are here in February.
Yep.
It's not our first episode of February though.
No, the last one was our first episode. It was also
Right.
Groundhog Day.
Yeah, so we're here one day post Super Bowl. And if you listen to our last episode, you know that we both correctly predicted that the Buccaneers would win the Super Bowl.
Yep.
With no shenanigans in that department at all.
I don't know why you would even say that. That makes it sound suspicious.
I just wanted to, I thought that some of our listeners might suspect something, because they're very suspicious listeners.
Right.
And, so I just thought I'd clear the air.
Yeah, fair enough.
By the way, Ben has started up listening to the podcast again.
Yeah?
And he's, literally listening to, the other day he listened to the episode where we created Joel the Game. And he was telling me that he's listening to episodes where we're talking about Marble League. So, Ben, in 2 years when you listen to this episode, hello.
Yeah.
All right. First, I wanted to start everyone off by letting everyone know that Nathan does not owe me $1.
And I don't think Alex owes me $1, but I kind of feel like we made a bet last time.
We
Did
did.
make a bet last time?
We did, and I also don't remember what it is, but I know I wrote it down in my notes on my phone, so I'm going to go check right now.
All right.
Oh,
good.
it was the maximum share price of GameStop in the next month in February.
Well, it's looking rough out there.
Yeah,
I think.
I just opened it up and it said 967 was my bet, so that's a rip.
Yikes. My bet was $2.50. It's been on this piece of paper on my desk, so not a good bet, but definitely looking like a better bet right now.
Yeah. So congratulations to you. And GameStop did dip. I don't think it actually got to 50, but you did not pick up a share, correct?
That is correct. Although the next day it was back up to 70 something, so I, obviously it wouldn't have been too big a deal if I had, but I was kind of thinking the next day man, maybe I should have got it at $53.
Right. It closed at 60 today.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, if it keeps bouncing around in that area, maybe we'll reach a point where it dips low enough for me to notice and buy one.
Right.
Then we'll really be. Then maybe this bit will be more interesting. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, this makes me think about how terribly bad of a take that I said last week when I said I was considering putting $1,000 into GME. that is going to be a monumentally bad take come 1 month, 2 months, a year.
However, now here's a good take. I think it would be reasonable to put $1,000 into Dogecoin. Have you seen that?
I've tangentially seen posts about it, but I don't really know anything about it at all.
Okay, well, it only costs a few cents right now. Which in my mind makes it literally a flawless investment because it can only go up or down, but if it goes down then it doesn't have very far to go. But if it goes up,
if it's one of those things, if you put $100 in it, chances are you just lose $100, but you could be making if the price goes up to even $10, you're making thousands and thousands of dollars. So
yeah,
maybe not a horrible idea.
I mean, It does. It is, I guess, a bit more like gambling than investment, but it does seem like it's, you know, a no-brainer in my opinion.
Yeah, I can say that there's literally not much of a difference. The thing is, like, cryptocurrency isn't really something you should be investing in, honestly, because that's not what it is. But it's
supposed to be like money, right?
Right.
You're not supposed to try and invest in it.
I don't understand how people expect other people, like the world at large, to take seriously and use a currency called Dogecoin. Like, that's only going to be memes. That's the only thing that's going to happen to it.
But I think the benefit of it being a meme is that if it sticks around, there's going to be spikes in price, kind of like what we're seeing right now, where it only goes up a couple cents because people are kind of interested in it. But since it was only a couple cents to begin with, if you happened to have a couple $100, you could make a quick profit.
Right. No, that's true. But I'm saying, I assume that the people who started and support this currency want it to be used as a currency and not as a stock. So
I don't know what they made it for. I mean, it's so focused on a meme that I don't think they were trying to be taken seriously.
Right.
So that makes me wonder what they were thinking. If you created Dogecoin, please email us and
Absolutely.
Explain yourself.
Yeah.
You can find our email on our website, alexandalex@joelthepodcast.github.io/alexandalex@joelthepodcast.website/index.html.
Nice.
I remembered that time. I was at the beginning. I said this last time too, but at the beginning I was nervous that I was just going to train wreck saying the name, but it really does kind of flow naturally.
It's such a simple and easy to remember website that it's easy. I don't know how we could possibly mess it up. So
I don't know what I'm worried about. So
exactly. All right. I guess with that said, let's do our sports minute. And again, if you have any thoughts about our Sports Minute, I don't know that we've gotten any direct feedback about it. Send us an email.
No, I still don't think we've gotten any feedback because I don't think we got any emails in the last week because we still haven't posted the last episode where we went on the rant about it.
That's right.
So we're still not really sure how people feel about the Sports Minute as a concept, as opposed to just the sports section.
Right.
I have to say, it's kind of, I don't know, I feel like we threw out a bunch of really interesting stats just in our sports discussion pre-Sports Minute.
Uh-huh.
But also I think it was just interesting to have that conversation as opposed to it may not be all that interesting in 6 months to have listened to that again. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, it's only a minute, so let's see how many of these stats we can throw out in a minute. So are you ready?
All right, here we go. Let's begin.
Here we go. So, the Buccaneers beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Tom Brady wins his 7th Super Bowl in his 10th appearance in the Super Bowl, which gives him more Super Bowl wins than any single team. He also now has more Super Bowl MVPs than any other player has Super Bowl wins, which is crazy.
This is the first time in Patrick Mahomes' entire career, and I think this includes college too, that he didn't score a touchdown in a game.
Yes, and it's also the first time in his NFL career that he lost by more than one score.
Which, that's just ridiculous. I can't believe, like, you've got to be good for that to be the case, but also you have to be on a good team. You have to have a good defense.
Right. Also, Purdue remains ranked this week, and they have a big game against Minnesota upcoming this Thursday. So, rooting for them.
Is this Minnesota on the road this time?
Yes.
All right. Well, big game. Hope we can pull it out and stay ranked. That'd be awesome.
All right, and that is the Sports Minute. As always, let us know what you thought, Alex and Alex. At joelthepodcast.github.io/Alex and Alex, joelthepodcast.website/index.html. Everyone knows you said it earlier. All right, let's get into the episode. So you said we didn't receive any emails this week, right?
I'm pretty sure we didn't. I didn't notice any, but I'm going to check real quick, and the answer is almost certainly no, and the answer is no.
All right, so today I think we're both excited because we're going to be playing our revamped version of Joel the Game. If you listened to episode 76, you'll remember that we kind of redid the rules, and I think with good reason. And I think the game will be better to play and better to listen to now. So, without further ado, I guess let's get started. Did you have anything you wanted to say as a preface?
Just a quick overview if you don't remember the rule changes, because I sort of don't remember the rule changes. That's not true. We pretty much talked through it before the podcast. Instead of betting points, kind of Final Jeopardy style, we're now going to be taking turns selecting a point value for the game that we have predetermined from a list of possible point values. Once you've selected a point value, it won't be available to select again, although there are some duplicates, so don't be surprised if we say, 5 points more than once, for example. Other rule changes, I think we changed up the games that we could play. I think we selected a couple of different games just for the sake of not running around so much, and also for not getting copyright claimed all the time.
Yep.
And finally, we've got some new modifiers, which is going to be exciting, I hope.
Yes, and right. So if you remember, this is no longer I think you kind of tangentially mentioned this, but we won't be betting point totals anymore. We'll simply be playing for a predetermined amount of points, and whoever wins just gets that many points, barring any modifier changes. So hopefully we won't just be most of the time sitting at zero. Or actually, guaranteed we won't just be most of the time sitting at zero, like we saw a lot of in the previous version of the game. So,
right.
So yeah, I think let's get started. Do you want to go first or second?
I will go. Let's see. I'll go second. I don't know
so
if it matters. It doesn't.
I will be the first turn player, and here is the first game.
Queen of Clubs, but that doesn't matter, which is Nathan's choice.
All right.
I think I would like to go with one of the games that we have added this time, which is Guess the Movie. And I think as it is your turn, you're the one that's guessing, correct?
I think that's correct, and also I have to now select a point total while you're looking for a movie.
Right.
So I'll just list out what our point totals are so the audience can have some idea of what we're talking about, and to buy some time for you. So the point totals are 1, 3, 3, 5, 5, 5, 5, 7, 8, 10, 10, 10, 10, 15, 15, 20. So as you can see, we kind of have a reasonable range between 1 and 20. And for this first one... Wait, I think for this game we both have to guess the movie against the other person, and whoever gets it in fewer guesses wins, right?
Oh, we go each way.
Yes.
That makes sense. I don't know how we were gonna
determine the winner otherwise. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Good point. All right.
So I'm gonna select. I'm just gonna be generic here and select 5 points for this game.
All right. I've got a movie, so when you are ready, I will begin.
All right, just putting the info into the sheet here. And, all right, go ahead.
All right, the genre of this movie, let's see, I guess it would be a comedy?
Okay, I will guess... Let's see, what's the first comedy that comes to mind? I'm not even going to guess anything. Just read the next clue.
All right, the next clue, that was the genre.
Year.
This is the year. The year was 2014.
Comedies in 2014. Let's see. I think 21 Jump Street.
Nope, that is incorrect.
I came out before 2014. All right, go on to the next one.
That's probably true. Let's see. The next thing is actors. So we've got Chris Pratt, Will Ferrell, Elizabeth Banks, Will Arnett, Nick Offerman, Alison Brie, Charlie Day, Liam Neeson, Morgan Freeman.
Wow. Oh, I know what it is. This is the Lego movie, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Good job. I didn't know how many actors to give you, so I just read all of them that were in the starring on its Wikipedia page, which,
right.
I don't know, seems fair.
I was like, okay, I have to have seen this movie with all of these actors, right? I know, like, right. I can't have not seen this movie, but I was like, what movie has all of these actors? That makes sense. All right, so three guesses. So, here is your... job. Thank you.
From what we know, that's a pretty good round.
Right. So here is yours. This is an adventure film.
All right. It is Jumanji.
No.
All right. Give me the year.
2003.
Movies from 2003. I think the only movie I know of from 2003, and I'm only mostly sure it's from 2003, is Elf, which I would not consider an adventure. So... go on.
Starring Albert Brooks, Ellen DeGeneres, Alexander Gould, and Willem Dafoe.
It is... is it Finding Nemo?
Indeed it is.
Now what do we do?
I guess we probably should have envisioned this. Alright, I'm gonna... let's see. We each just try to guess the budget for the other person's movie, and whoever gets it closest wins.
Oh, okay. That's a good idea. Let me see where the budget is. All right.
Okay, so what do I think the budget for the Lego movie was? All those actors, it can't be super low, so I'm going to guess $250 million.
Okay.
Don't tell me how close I was. You guess first.
Right.
Guess for Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo. Let's go with $40 million.
All right. What was the correct answer for the Lego movie?
The Lego movie budget was $65 million.
Holy shit. Whoops.
So you're a bit high.
Finding Nemo budget was higher than that, actually, $94 million.
Ooh, wow.
So that leaves you closer. So you'll be the winner here.
What a good
Why don't you draw
break.
some modifier?
The modifier in this case is the 10 of spades. I'm using deck of cards, by the way.
That is no modifier.
I cannot, unfortunately, hold the card up to you.
All right. So I have 0. Modifier is nothing. And you now have 5.
Hooray! Out to an early lead. And it's time to select our next game, which is Ace.
That is Wikipedia Hunt, a classic.
Alright, I am going to say that we are playing for 10 points.
Okay. And what Wikipedia page are we headed to?
We are headed to the Wikipedia page for... let's see, for... Why am I drawing a blank? This is not difficult. Let's go to the Wikipedia page for Lego.
All right. So I am starting at Delphi Schools Incorporated, which is a group of private schools in the United States.
All right. I have found or rather, I have been randomly assigned the Kurochkin Strait, which is a 20-kilometer wide strait in Russia.
Nice. All right, are you ready?
I am ready.
Set. Go.
All right, obviously we've got to go to Russia first.
I'm starting off in kindergarten.
And then Eastern Europe. And then I think Legos are Swedish?
Blocks. No, toy.
So maybe we'll go to Northern Europe.
No block? This is not good. Play.
Sweden, I think.
Let's go to playground. And play.
Economy of Sweden.
And toy. Toys.
Maybe they're not Swedish.
This is unbelievable. There's Legos on this page. None of them are... Here we go. I got it.
You're there?
I'm there.
All right. Is Lego a Swedish company?
They're Danish.
No! Stupid Northern Europe, all being the same.
Rip.
That is tragic. All right. Well, my path of Kurochkin Strait to Russia to Eastern Europe to Northern Europe to Sweden was then a foolish way to go.
Yep.
How did you get there?
I went from Delphi schools to kindergarten to playground to play to toy, which had a lot of the word Lego on it, just none of them were linked, so I had to go to toy block and then to Lego.
So yeah, both relatively short paths, although mine did not actually end at the correct place.
Nope.
So.
All right, so let's see the modifier. Here we go.
Queen of Hearts. I feel like you should announce your own cards since I'm announcing mine, unless you want me to say them all.
I don't care. All right, Queen of Hearts is round points gained to nearest 10. All right, well, since I was already gaining 10 points, I just get 10 points still. So I am now winning 10-5.
That does nothing.
We delete 10 from your point selection.
Ooh, I forgot to do that.
Here is the next game. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
It is 9, which is Timed Ghost.
Okay, so we're going to have to explain this one. This is one of our new games.
Yes.
And I'll let you explain it.
So, the goal of Ghost is to say in sequence letters in a word, and except that the letter you say, you don't want it to create a word. So, for example, if Nathan says S and I say E, Nathan does not want to say another E because then he would create the word C. He might want to say L because SEL isn't a word, but there are words that start with SEL. And so whoever ends up being forced to say a letter that creates a word loses. And also, if you don't think that the letters that have been said thus far can form any words, you can challenge your opponent who has to say a word that they can think of that starts with the given letters. And if they do, then you lose. If they don't, then you win. And as you can imagine, this game ends up with a lot of silence where you just sit there trying to think of a good letter to say. So we are going to do a timed version where we have how long to say a letter.
10 seconds.
All right, so I have a 10-second timer here. This is not going to be super strict, but I am going to, reset and start every single time.
Right.
So we hopefully don't take too long. All right. So And if time is up and you don't then immediately say a letter, you pretty much need to say it right then.
Right.
Then you lose.
Yep.
All right. So this game is Ghost. Turn player is Alex. So I'll probably begin, and I'll say that we are playing for 8 points.
All right.
All right. So are you ready?
Yes, I am.
I will start off with F. Go.
I.
Okay. L.
T.
E.
R.
All right, I am the winner of
Yep.
this game of Ghost. So, Alex wins. Let's see the modifier, Nathan.
Modifier is King of Clubs.
That is plus 10 to winner.
Ouch.
So, good for me. Plus 10 to winner. Whoops. I thought I put equals 10 to winner. Alright, so that brings me up to 28, and Nathan's still at 5. I did not have an equals. I literally have a plus. Stop trying to replace my plus with an equals. Ugh, alright.
What a weird, huh.
You didn't know about that?
No, I didn't. We're playing to 100, by the way, which is the thing I was thinking of before I realized that apparently Google Sheets will replace your plus with an equal sign if you don't escape it.
All right, so that is my turn. So let's move on to the next one.
Next game is number 4.
That is concentration. And how many points would you like to play for, Nathan?
I would like to play for, let's see, I don't want to fall behind too much, but I don't want to let you get away. That's tough. I think I'll play for 5 points. I don't want to be bold. I'm getting nervous. And the category I would like to play with is fruits.
All right. So I guess you start.
I will begin with banana,
Apple,
strawberry,
pear,
blueberry,
peach,
raspberry,
pineapple.
No.
All right. So
No.
again, Alex wins. Modifier is 8 of diamonds. That is plus 5 points to loser. So you are redeemed a little bit.
Ah, good. All right.
Replace my pluses with equal signs.
I'm not typing in the right cell.
So I get 5. I'm up to 33, and you get 5. You're up to 10.
All right. Well, that didn't go well. Also, when you said pear, I thought for a second you said air. And I almost just stopped right then and
good job not doing that.
Yeah.
All right, the next game is going to be King, which is Alex's choice.
All right.
And why don't we try out Hangman again?
Okay.
So if the listeners don't remember, we extended the number of wrong guesses you can get to 8 before you lose. So I'm just going to do it on the bottom of the paper here, since I don't have on the bottom of the document here. So, all right, it's going to be 6 letters. And here you go. Go ahead.
All right.
Wait a second. Am I supposed to be guessing?
Oh, is it your turn? It is your turn. You should be
so
guessing.
you need to come up with a word.
All right, I am going
to... Oh, and I need to pick a point total. Let's go with 3 points for this game.
3 points. All right, here is my word. It is 5 letters long, and you have 8 wrong guesses.
All right. O.
Whoops, that went onto a new page. There is no O.
Okay. I.
There is an I.
Second letter I. I'm thinking that there should be another vowel, but there really doesn't have to be. So let's go with S.
There is no S.
Darn. Let's go with T.
There is no T.
Okay, that makes me think there is another vowel. So let's go with A.
There's no A.
Let's go with E.
In fact, there is an E. It's the third letter.
Alright, so blank, i.e. blank, blank.
Yep.
And I have 4 wrong guesses, so 4 wrong guesses left. Alright, so...
Your wrong guesses spell Osta.
I before E, except after C. So it doesn't start with C, and it doesn't have A. So let's go with R.
There's no R. You are now
Darn.
spelling Ostar.
Okay. Let's go with L.
There is an L. It is the 4th letter.
Alright. So, blank, I-E-L, blank. Could be wheeled. D? I really can't think of what else it is.
It is a D. It's not looking good for me.
3 guesses left. What could it be? Wheeled, field. That's all I can think of. F.
It is field.
Nice. All right, so I'm the winner.
Congratulations.
Again?
Yet again.
So let's have the modifier from you.
Modifier is the 7 of spades, which is nothing.
Nothing. All right, so I gained my measly 3 points. I really did not think I was going to win.
36 to 10.
And we move on. 36 to 10, you're right. So
all right.
Give us the next game.
The next game is 3, which is, I believe that's yet another new game, which is going to be movie true or false.
Yes. So I come up with a movie, right? You pick a movie or TV show. I remember listening to this episode. So you pick a movie or TV show, or really any piece of entertainment. I go to the Wikipedia page, come up with a fact about it, and you have to say whether it's true or false.
Okay, so this is my turn. So what you just said is all correct. I don't know why I'm trying to say anything else about that.
So give me a movie or TV show or book or song or something.
I am going to go with Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
That's episode 2. That is episode 3, right. Revenge. Yeah. Yep.
And I am also going to bet 20 points.
Oh my goodness. The stakes have never been higher.
This is the most I could possibly bet, and I am risking it all on a big play here. So,
all right.
Because I have a 50-50 chance. Made better by my own knowledge. So if I lose this, I've only got myself to blame.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of a good one that's not too stupid, like over under on the runtime or budget or something lame like that.
Right.
But that's also related, like, okay, let me pitch you one. And this is because this one, the reason I'm hesitant is because this is not related to the movie. So Star Wars, this movie was the second highest grossing film worldwide in 2005 when it came out. So actually, that should have been the true or false. But
I wasn't sure if that thing that you were telling me was what you were going for, but that's an interesting fact. All right,
that's a true fact. But the fact was going to be what was higher than it. What was number one? Do you think that would be a good one, or I should do one more related to the actual?
I think it should be more related.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's fine.
I think if you were going to go for that theme, this is number 2 would have been great, but
right. Let's see. Here's the cast. Here's the production. Filming. Okay. This is... Alright. Here is a true or false fact.
Okay.
Hayden Christensen, who played Anakin Skywalker in the movie...
Which is true.
Yes. Had to lose weight in order to play the role of Anakin Skywalker.
Ooh. Okay, this is interesting because it could definitely be true if he was kind of like overweight in the first place, or it could be false if he had to like work out and put on some muscle for the role.
Right. Yep.
So I don't know a whole lot about Hayden Christensen pre-Star Wars, but I know he was pretty in shape for this particular role. And I am going to guess that... I forget which way you phrase it. You said he had to lose weight, right?
That was the statement.
Okay, he had to lose weight for this role. So was he a skinny guy or a not skinny guy beforehand? I'm going to say that is true. He had to lose weight for this role.
Hayden Christensen said Lucas asked him to bulk up and physically show the maturity that had taken place between the two films. The actor says he worked out with a trainer in Sydney for 3 months and ate 6 meals a day and on every protein weight gain supplement that man created to go from 160 to 185 pounds for the role of Anakin Skywalker.
I'm such an idiot. I didn't even consider what he was like in episode 2. I was like, oh, pre-Star Wars, he was probably a, kind of chubby guy, just kind of average, whatever. And then he had to get in shape. As opposed to, literally, he was in the exact same franchise in the prequel to this movie we're talking about. And you can see him in the movie because it's a movie, and you can tell what he looked like. And I deserved to lose that.
Yep. All right.
Ouch.
So that is a loser. My fifth consecutive win this game, and so here is the modifier. It is Ace of Hearts.
Ace of Hearts means round points gained to the nearest 10, which once again does nothing to the total.
Alright, so we round to 10, so that means my score is now 56 to 10. I am running away with this, and I just know that I'm going to get bitten in the ass by the Switch Scores. Switch Scores modifier, so...
Yeah, I am excited for the inevitable comeback, because as you know, I predicted that I would win every game between our 2-year anniversary episode and our 3-year anniversary. So... it's not a question of if I can pull off the win, but when will I turn this around? So, that being said, why don't you pull the next game?
The next game is another ace, Wikipedia hunt.
All right. Great. What are we hunting for?
Let us hunt for the Wikipedia page for Hayden Christensen.
All right. Good
who had
choice.
to bulk up in order to play Anakin Skywalker. All right.
Oh, no. All right, I have found. I said that the last time. I didn't find it. I randomly was assigned the Wikipedia article for Wander dos Santos Machado.
Who is he?
Brazilian soccer player.
Well, I feel a little bad. I was assigned Alex Michel, who is the first Bachelor on the show The Bachelor.
Okay.
And the reason I feel a little bit bad is because I can see on this page there's a link to ABC, which is the channel that The Bachelor was on, which is owned by Disney. All
right. So this is going to be an incredible win for me if I manage to pull it off.
If you manage to pull this out, so I guess I probably should have selected my point total before clicking the article, but I'll just pick an even 10 to make it, I think, at least reasonably fair.
Sure.
And, all right. So are you ready?
I am ready.
Set. Go.
All right. Obviously got to go to footballer, team sport.
Obviously I went to ABC, which takes me to Walt Disney Television.
Athletes. I don't
which
know.
Which takes me to
Professionals.
Lucasfilm.
American football.
Which takes me to Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
New York. Oh no, this is...
I spelled Hayden wrong. And Hayden Christensen. That was very unfair.
Ouch. Let's see. I made it from Wander dos Santos Machado to association football to team sport to athlete to professional sports again to New York Professional Football League and then back to American football. Desperately trying to come up with a cleverer way to get to, I don't know, America or something.
Yes. As I said, Alex Michel, ABC News, Walt Disney Television, Lucasfilm, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, and Hayden Christensen. By the way, do you want to guess how old Hayden Christensen is now?
Is he... Let's see. I'm going to guess he was born in... Let's see. Was he actually the little kid in the first Star Wars movie?
No. There was only a few years between Episode 1 and 2, and he's like a full-grown man by Episode 2, so...
Okay. Well, you never know. Let's see. In Episode 2...
let me just say, I don't see anything here that... Go ahead.
Episode 2 must have come out around 2002.
2002. Well, good guess. Yeah, 2002 is when Episode 2 came out.
Okay, and I'm going to guess that he was 25 at that point, so 25 plus 18 would put him at 43 right now.
Well, you are fairly close. He was born April 19th, 1981, which makes him 39 years old right now, and puts him at 22 when he was filming. Probably he was younger than 22 when he was filming Attack of the Clones. He was 22 when it came out, so young guy.
Yeah, that's impressive.
All right, but that is another win for me, almost unfortunately at this point.
Man, this is tragic.
All right, so let's get the modifier, Nathan.
Modifier is the 10 of clubs. Plus 5 points to a random person.
Okay, so I'm gonna draw a card, and if it's red, then you get the 5 points, and if it's black, then I get the 5 points.
All right.
Ready?
Yep.
It is Queen of Diamonds, which is red, which means you get the 5 points.
All right. That officially means I have gained more points from modifiers than I have by winning games. So, I'll take it. It is now 66-15.
All right, 66-15, and we move on again. Nathan's turn.
Oof.
Pick the game.
In a game designed to be a bit more fair, this is not looking good. I have drawn the ace of clubs, which means once again Wikipedia hunt.
Again.
I'm going to say we should race to the article for NASCAR.
Okay, before clicking your random article, pick a points because that was the mistake I made.
All right, I am. Let's see. I'm in desperate need of some big plays, but I'm really scared of giving you more points. I think I'll go with 10 as well.
All right.
To pick a happy medium.
10 as well, and
so
we're going to NASCAR. My random article is Podalia cincinnata, which is a moth. This is the entire article. Podalia cincinnata is a moth of the Megalopygidae family. It was described by Paul Dongan in 1922. That's the entire article.
Wow. How did Paul Dongan describe it, I wonder? All right. I have been randomly assigned the article Charters, Towers, City, Queensland, Australia.
All right. Ready?
So, I am ready.
Set. Go.
Yep.
I guess I'm headed to suburb. I'm headed to Paul Dongan,
Australia, because suburb didn't take me where I thought it was going to.
South America.
Let's go to Great Britain.
Let's see. Going to Southern United States.
American Revolutionary War.
NASCAR. EZ.
Ouch. That is a disaster. There's no other way to put this. This is ridiculous.
I may never lose another minigame again.
I mean, remember when it was 5-0?
I do remember
Those
that.
Those were the days.
Those were the days. Just wait till I draw the King of Spades here. All right.
Please.
Here is the modifier. King of Hearts.
King of Hearts means plus 10 to winner.
I'm running away with it.
It is now 86-15. And it is your turn to pick a game.
Here is the game. Ace of Spades. That is a shame.
That's the card I needed. Wikipedia hunt for the 3rd time in a row. Maybe this time I will randomly get the article that you say.
Here we go. We are going to be going to the article for refrigerator.
Okay. What's our points?
Points. Oh, wait. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep track of all these windows and tabs I have open. Okay. Points, let's just, let's try and close it out here. Let's go with 15 points.
Oof. What a savage move.
If I win this mini game, I'll win the overall game, is the stakes here, everyone. So, assuming I don't get my points swapped, which is a possibility. All right. So my random article is Utah Grizzlies, which is an ice hockey team in the ECHL. Which I assume is like a semi-pro. I don't know what it is. So, all right, what do you got?
All right, my randomly assigned article is Spahr, Spahr, which is a German surname of several people on this article. It's just a list of like 6 people.
Interesting. That might give you something to choose from.
2 of them don't even have articles. So.
Nice. All right. Are you ready?
Yep.
Set. Go.
All right. We're going to Samuel Spahr Laws because he was a Thomas Edison. That's a good one. Electric power generation.
I went to ice hockey, and now I'm on ice, and I'm now going to ice cubes.
Electric utilities.
Refrigeration. Refrigerator, but it's not a link. What about freezer?
Oh man, please just give me a good article. This is.
These are terrible. Not articles.
Electric power.
Oh, here's freezer as an article. Oh, it just goes straight to refrigerator. All right, cool.
That was the worst game we've ever played.
Wait, don't count yourself out yet.
That's true. We could be in for a miracle here if I happen to draw the ace or king of spades. Otherwise, I don't think there's something that would. Well, random point selection would do it, and winners and losers swap would do it.
Yes.
So, the moment of truth. Our modifier is the 7 of hearts.
Well, that is it then. Points are rounded to the nearest 10, which rounds me up to 20, which puts me over at 106.
106 to 15.
And 10 of those 15 were from modifiers.
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I won the first game and then lost 9 straight.
That is honestly monumental.
Quite monumental.
Let's update the all-time record here from 5-2 to 6-2.
All right, and crush all of my hopes and dreams from the 2-year anniversary special just 2 short weeks ago, where I predicted an absolute reign of dominance over Joel the Game in the upcoming year.
All right. The good news is you can't really do much worse than this.
That's almost true, and I would struggle to see how I would do worse than that, honestly, because if I just lost every single mini game, then I don't know, if that ever happens, I might not want to play the game anymore.
We may have to change up some of the mini games if this tends to be a consistent theme.
Yeah, I mean, honestly though, it wasn't like we had 4 Wikipedia hunts. You've not dominated Wikipedia Hunt in the past.
Yeah, I think I got really lucky. Like I got the Bachelor guy when it was Hayden Christensen. I got an ice hockey team when it was Refrigerator.
Yeah.
And the one before that was I had got the moth that was described by the guy from South America, and it was NASCAR. So on South America, there's a disambiguation to Southern United States, which of course NASCAR is on that page. So
what a dumb link.
I think I just got really lucky with Wikipedia hunts this game.
Yeah. So I mean that definitely accounts for some. Movie True or False could have gone either way. Definitely should have gone my way. That one was my own fault. Concentration and Ghost. I feel like I maybe screwed myself over a little bit, but I don't think I would do that every single time.
Right.
And
you won the other one.
And I won the other one on a tiebreaker, so I guess that's something.
The movie True or False is really what did you in, because you put 20 points on that game and then lost it. Like if you had won that, it would have been a 25-point game again. And, you know, obviously I still would have been way ahead since I won the next 3 games. But, you know, who's to say what would have transpired beyond that? So
yeah, I think that could have been the momentum shift that I needed. That would have brought it, instead of 56-10, we would have been at 36-56. And I feel like the betting from that point on, it was kind of go big or give in for me, and that just benefited you as you were winning. So
right,
it's a real shame.
Yep,
that is a
all
real
right.
shame.
So we have a few minutes here, since we're still under an hour. So let's discuss. I don't think we really have time to play again. But I would say, why don't we discuss how we think that went? So,
yeah.
What did you think about the distribution of point selections?
I think the distribution of point selections honestly was fairly uninteresting because of the nature of the game. I don't think I
Right.
can judge very well how well that point distribution worked.
Right. That's fair.
But I feel like when I wanted to pick a small number, I could pick a small number. When I wanted to pick a big number, I could pick a big number. And I don't know, that just doesn't feel like a huge part of the game
Yeah.
in this particular instance.
Yeah, I think the thing is we kind of set it up this way because we were like, the points don't matter that much, but what's an interesting way that we can select the points?
Right.
And turns out this is also not that interesting. So
Yeah. But I mean, it's functional. It did add a little layer of strategy, like the 20-point thing. You know, if
Right.
that was just randomly selected, I would have felt like really screwed out of a chance to come back or something. You know, but
Right.
like, you know, I made all my own decisions there, and lived or died, but mostly died by that particular choice. So
right. Okay, so I agree with that.
that's that.
What about
we played
the
all of our new games? That was
Yeah,
good.
so movie true or false?
Movie True or False, I think, is an interesting idea, and I think we did pretty well this time. But the downfall is it's a long build up to a short game. That's
Right.
what I noticed.
I mean, honestly, I think it can be a quicker build up. Like I thought of a good true or false pretty quickly, but then I blew it by telling you the answer. Like that would have been a good one.
Yeah.
And honestly, my mindset going into picking it was to find an interesting fact on the page. And what I ended up doing was finding a fact and then kind of reversing it. But what's interesting
Right.
is you can really just make up anything, right? Like I could have made up like they, when they were making this movie, they watched a lot of fencing to, get the lightsaber duels down or something.
Right.
So I think we can, as long as we're conscientious about picking that quickly, I think that can be okay.
Yeah. Might take a little bit of, I was going to say a little bit of practice, but I don't know how much practice is really going to help. Maybe just experience rather than practice is kind of what
we
I'm
out here
getting at
talking
there.
about practice. Okay. Do you get the? Do you
also
understand what
think
I was
that,
referencing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I also think that, what was I thinking of just then? Like 10 seconds ago, I had a thought. Nope, never mind.
Okay,
don't
so
know.
guess the movie. Obviously, we didn't really foresee the fact that it might be a tie, which is kind of dumb.
Yeah.
So what if we swapped setting with actors? Because I felt like actors was actually a bigger help than we thought it would be.
The alternative that I can think of is that you say the actor of the main character and then one other actor at random, instead of just listing a bunch of actors the way we did.
Right. That's
'Cause I
actually a
also
good
think-
idea.
I also think that the setting would have been very good in each of our cases, because you would have said, I
The
assume
ocean.
something along the lines of the ocean, and I would have said something like, I don't even know what I would have said, to be honest, because it's like,
The fictional town of wherever it takes place. It takes place in so
Right,
many
and
places. Yeah, so... Alright, so that's a good... So let's say top 2 actors, then... Should Clue 4 then just be the rest of the actors? Or should Clue 4 be setting and Clue 5 is the rest of the actors? Or what do you think?
I think we can mix in the rest of the actors quite a bit later, honestly, because I think it was slightly
how about-
uninteresting that we hardly said anything about the movie before we
Yeah.
both guessed it. So
How about 7 here, after general plot point?
yeah, that feels about right. So by that time you've had, a couple of actors, the setting, some general facts, general plot points.
And what
If
do you think... What do you think about adding a rule that you can only guess once per clue?
I know that didn't affect us at all, but that feels kind of like the right move since the score is based on how many clues it takes before you guess it right.
Yes. So, I think that should be a rule. All right. So, other than that, do you think
one guess per clue?
Yes. Okay. Hangman. I guessed it with, I think, 4 wrong guesses, which I think was within the 6 that we had before. So,
yeah, you didn't need any of the extra guesses.
I feel like this is fine to just leave it as is.
Yeah, because in the past, I think more often than not, we were still losing.
Yep.
But it didn't mean that we would never win.
All right, timed ghost.
Timed ghost. I don't know. It's kind of. I think the fun of Ghost is taking your time to try and be clever.
Right.
And timed ghost kind of. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how interesting it was to listen to. Like, I think as a mini game, playing it was fine.
Right.
Right. It was definitely quick.
Right.
So, but I don't know. Like, how interesting it was to listen to. Do we have a better idea of something we could do here?
Let's see. Wikipedia hunt, 10 questions with starter facts, movie true or false, concentration, Price is Right. Guess a movie, Hangman, tongue twisters, quick memorize. Those all feel like pretty solid games. Timed ghost. Let's see, what could we even do? What if... Alright, so what if we take some other kind of game show concept and try and distill it down into a mini game? So we've got, I don't know, Jeopardy doesn't really... That's just kind of like a general trivia, which we try to cover with movie true or false, sort of. And I think just a general trivia wouldn't be great. I feel like it'd be very difficult.
Yeah, I agree.
Wheel of Fortune is kind of like Hangman.
Right. We already have The Price is Right.
The Price is Right is literally one of our games. Oh, you know what? Okay, this is just a totally separate thought, not thinking about a mini game anymore. But do you remember the show Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Yes.
I think it would be fun to find some Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader questions and play the game. Play Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader as an episode.
Right.
Kind of the same way that we played Jeopardy. I think we should get one of our listeners to be a host, and we can determine if we are smarter than fifth graders.
That's a good idea. In the show, they had like an actual fifth grader, so we obviously won't have that. But yeah, that's a good idea. So, all right. So, okay, but coming back to this.
Anyway, I was just trying to think of other game shows. What other game shows are there?
There's
Family Feud?
Family Feud. But I don't know how we could really do that.
No, that'd be pretty difficult.
There's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
It's also kind of just trivia.
Like the thing is, most game shows that we haven't mentioned yet are just trivia at this point, right?
Right.
So,
weren't we looking up game shows at one point, trying to determine what we could make Joel the game? Like, wasn't this kind of...
I honestly don't remember doing that.
Maybe it wasn't on the podcast, but I feel like we looked up game shows for a while to see if we could come up with something to do on the podcast. All right, let's go through the best game shows in TV history. The Gong Show. I've never heard of that. The Newlywed Game. I suppose we could sort of do the Newlywed Game, but with each other. But I don't know how interesting that would be.
Right. Didn't we did do the Newlywed Game on this podcast, right?
We did, didn't we?
And from what I remember, it was kind of not that easy to come up with interesting questions.
Right. I also have no memory of listening back to that episode ever. Do you remember that? Did that episode really happen?
I'm pretty sure that it happened.
I 100% remember doing it. Let me put it that way. But did we screw up the episode somehow? Did it ever actually get released?
I don't remember listening to it either. But I feel like we must have recorded it.
Yeah.
Is this another lost episode of Joel the Podcast? If you remember this episode, send us an email, because we don't really want to go back and re-listen to every episode again. So, maybe we recorded it before, like, 1 year ago.
Could be.
So, see, I think I was here, though. So that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's the thing, is I kind of remember being at my desk right here, which would have been, like, within the past 8 months or so. It is a mystery.
Yeah, send us an email, like I said. That's curious.
I have scrolled through now lots of other game shows, and I don't recognize hardly any of them until we get to the top, at which point we got to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Wheel of Fortune, Family Feud, Price is Right, and Jeopardy, which we've already mentioned.
You know what? We can probably do something like Family Feud. Like,
how?
Like, we could look up, like, what were the 10 best selling cars in 2019, and then the other person has to guess. They have, like, 3 guesses to guess. I don't know.
To guess
they have
all
5
of them?
guesses to guess
That's
3
the
of
game,
the top
right?
10, or something like that.
Or
they have, like, 1 guess to guess one of the top, or 3 guesses to guess one of the top 3, or something like that.
Yeah. I guess I'm worried that we'll run out of categories fairly quickly, but maybe that could work.
I don't think it would be that hard. Like, just off the top of my head, like, top selling of anything, really, you can look up.
Right.
You know, most visited places. You know,
Top grossing movies.
Oh, top grossing movies of certain years.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think this...
Okay, so maybe that's not that difficult. And the other thought that I was thinking of was essentially that we treat this as kind of a rotating slot where, you know, we did Ghost and it worked out all right, but we can do other stuff, and when we feel like it's not working out anymore, we'll just change it again. And that's kind of the base plan, and we don't work too hard any particular time trying to come up with the perfect thing to do.
Right. Okay, so let's put Family Feud in there for now.
Yeah.
What do you want to say? 3 guesses to find one in the top 3, top 5? 5 guesses to find multiple in the top 10? What do you think?
Let's say you have... Let's say you have 3 guesses to name 2 of the top 5. How does that feel?
That seems reasonable. Why don't we just try it right now?
Okay.
So I'm going to look up top 5, or top 10, or actually we only need top 5. Top 5 grossing movies of 2019. Since 2020 had COVID.
Right. Well, 2019 was in March. Was the start of COVID?
2020 March was COVID.
Wait a minute. Why is it called COVID-19? Oh, because it started.
Well, it started
December
in 2019, but it didn't hit the United States in force until 2020.
I feel like maybe I'm just tired today. Maybe I can't. Maybe I'm not on top of my game. Just screwing up all these mini games, screwing up basic facts.
That must be it. That's why you're really going to win every.
In the middle of several thoughts.
Right.
Really, I would have won this, except I am tired today, so clearly at a disadvantage.
Right. All right. So, 3 guesses. Name 2 of the top 5 movies of 2019.
Okay. This might be a challenge because...
This is worldwide gross, by the way, not just U.S.
Right. I'm trying to think of any movie that came out in 2019. Did Endgame come out in 2019? I think it did. Avengers Endgame.
Ding, ding, ding. Number 1, 2.97 billion worldwide. Avengers Endgame.
That's so much money. Wow. All right. So that's 1. So I still have 3 wrong guesses, right?
Oh, okay. I didn't know it was 3 wrong guesses. I think that's better than 3 total guesses.
That's how Family Feud works, isn't it? If you guess wrong, you get an X, and then you get 2 X's, and then...
All right. Yep, so you have 3 wrong guesses left.
3 wrong guesses, and I only need to come up with 1 more from the top 5, which seems like it should be easy enough, except, as I said, can I think of another movie that came out in 2019?
You've definitely heard of most, if not every single one of these movies.
I'm sure I have. It's just going to be a challenge of thinking, oh, did that come out in 2019 or 2018 or early 2020? All right, let's think of a Disney movie that came out in 2019. Did Toy Story 4 come out in 2019? I feel like that's roughly the right timeline, although maybe it was a bit later than that? Or no, earlier than that, I mean? I'm going to guess it anyway. Toy Story 4?
The worldwide gross of 1.07 billion, Toy Story 4 comes in at 8th of 2019.
Okay,
highest grossing films.
So, definitely was right on the 2019 front, which is good. I feel like that's more what I'm going for, honestly.
Yeah.
Just making sure I don't accidentally guess a movie that came out in like 2006 or something stupid. Okay, what else came out in 2019? Let's see. I think the challenge of this is that I'm taking quite a while to come up with guesses.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Might be good or bad, I don't know. As long as I, keep giving interesting commentary about my thought process, I feel like
that's the thing. Really... Anything where you can narrate what you're thinking is good. That was the problem with Ghost, is you can't really narrate what you're thinking.
Well, I don't want to spell Phil, so I won't say L.
Right.
All right. So, movies in 2019. I feel like there was another Marvel movie in 2019, and that almost certainly is a good candidate. Was Black Panther a 2019 movie? I've still got plenty of wrong guesses, so I'm going to guess it. Black Panther?
Black Panther was not a 2019 movie, I don't think.
Okay.
And it's not on the top 10 list, at least, and I'm sure it would be if it came out in 2019, so...
Right, so it's probably a 2018 movie or something like that.
All right, so that's 2 wrong guesses. So you now have one wrong guess left.
See, I was so proud of myself for guessing a 2019 movie, even though it wasn't top 5, that I was just counting that as a right guess.
Right.
I might not have risked it with Black Panther if I had realized that, but oh well. All right, one more wrong guess.
All right, how about this? I'll give you 2 movies that came out in 2019. One of them's in the top 5, one of them's outside of the top 5.
Okay.
Or maybe I'll give you 3 movies and you have to guess which one of them is in the top 5.
1 in and 2 out, I assume?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that seems fair.
These all came out in 2019.
Okay.
Number 1. Well, just in no particular order. Number 1.
The correct answer, number 1.
Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, I totally forgot about that. Yeah.
Number 2, Frozen 2.
Ooh, okay.
Number 3, Jumanji: The Next Level.
Jumanji.
So all three of those are in the top 10. Only one of them's in the top 5 though.
Sure. My initial instinct is, how could it possibly not be Star Wars? But I know that Star Wars wasn't like universally acclaimed, you know? Like it was
right.
A lot of people were not feeling the sequel trilogy by that point. But I mean, I feel like Star Wars just literally prints money no matter what people think. And I feel like, you know, the opinions that I'm thinking of are kind of more of the hardcore fans, the people that are out on Reddit complaining that, you know, oh, I can't believe they made a Rey Palpatine, but she said she's a Skywalker at the end. Garbage movie. I've just gut feeling I can't pick against Star Wars to be one of the top 5 grossing movies. So there you go. That's my choice.
Well, with a worldwide gross of $1.07 billion, edging out Toy Story 4 by under $800,000, Star Wars came in at 7th in 2019.
Yeah. It's Frozen, isn't it?
With $800 million, Jumanji came in at 10th, and with $1.45 billion worldwide gross, Frozen 2 came in 3rd. The number, here's the 10 in order from 2019. Avengers Endgame, which nearly doubled second place, which was, you would have never guessed this, The Lion King live-action remake was number 2.
Oh, man, yeah.
Number 3, Frozen 2. Number 4, Spider-Man: Far From Home. Number 5, Captain Marvel. Number 6, Joker. Number 7, Star Wars. Number 8, Toy Story 4. Number 9, Aladdin live-action remake. And number 10, Jumanji: The Next Level. So,
wow.
Good year for Disney.
First impressions there. That's a lot of Marvel movies on there. So
yeah.
I really should have, you know, the Marvel theme was correct. I could have guessed Spider-Man or Captain Marvel and been good. It's just I forgot that those were 2019. My second observation is not one of the top 10 was like an original movie. They were all just continuing a franchise or a remake of something.
Right. I mean, Joker was kind of original.
Okay.
It's not. It wasn't like a new intellectual property, but it wasn't like a story that had been told before.
Right. So, that's.
And it wasn't like a sequel, so I would say that was fairly original.
That's true. I'll give it to Joker. I will stand by the statement then, the amended statement that there's no new intellectual property, like.
Right.
You know.
So, but Disney ended up with 7 out of the top 10. And that's excluding Spider-Man: Far From Home, which is Sony, even though Marvel owns the character.
Oh, man.
So...
It's just ridiculous what Disney owns these days.
That's an hour 17.
Let's end the episode.
Yep. Thanks for listening, everybody. Send us your thoughts about the game, the mini games, the sports section, literally anything else at all. And let us know what you think.
Us. It's been a while. We're
sad. All right. Thanks for listening. I'm Alex.
I'm Alex.
And this has been Joel.